Welcome back, friends. I'm Chef Walter. This episode of Flavors and Knowledge focuses on the top 10 toxic food ingredients in processed food. As we often do, we mainly share sensible knowledge meant to generate awareness to the consumer and to keep a healthy lifestyle through food first. Any food that has been canned, dehydrated, or had chemicals added to it is a processed food. And these foods make up about 60% of the average American diet. Most of us don't think of the food we eat as poison, and we shouldn't, but some of the ingredients commonly found in processed foods can be considered toxic. By toxic, we mean chemicals or highly processed ingredients that aren't good for us or can cause harm to our health. We are talking about refined grains, trans fat, high fructose corn syrup, and all the other artificial junk you can even pronounce on the ingredient list. These are the most toxic food ingredients to avoid. First on the list is palm oil. When a regular fat like corn, soybean, or palm oil is blasted with hydrogen and turned into a solid, it becomes a trans fat. These evil anti-nutrients help packaged food stay fresh, meaning that the food can sit on the supermarket shelf for years without even getting stale or rotting. Eating junk food with trans fats raises your bad LDL cholesterol and triglycerides and lowers your good HDL. These fats also increase your risk of blood clot and heart attack. Avoid palm oil and other trans fats and minimize fried foods, since they are usually fried in one of these unhealthy trans fatty oils. Second on the list is shortening. Be aware of any food that lists shortening or partially hydrogenated oil as an ingredient, since these are also dangerous, and of course they fall into the category of the trans fats. In addition to clogging your arteries and causing obesity, they also increase your risk of metabolic syndrome. Choose healthier monounsaturated fats such as olive, peanut, and canola oils, and foods that contain unsaturated omega-3 fatty acids instead. Third on the list is white flour, rice, pasta, and bread. When a whole grain is refined, most of its nutrients are sucked out in an effort to extend its shelf life. Both the bran and germ are removed, and therefore all the fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Because these stripped-down refined grains are devoid of fiber and other nutrients, they are also easy to digest. They send your blood sugar and insulin skyrocketing, which can lead to all sorts of problems. Replace processed grain with whole grains like brown or wild rice, whole wheat breads and pasta, barley, and oatmeal. Fourth on the list is high fructose corn syrup. The evil king of all refined sugars is high fructose corn syrup, known also as HFCS. The amount of refined sugar we consume has declined over the past 40 years in the United States, but we are consuming almost 20 times as much of high fructose corn syrup. According to reliable studies, Americans consume more calories from high fructose than any other sources. It's in practically everything that we consume. It increases triglycerides and drives people to overeat and, of course, gain weight. The fifth ingredient on the list is artificial sweetener. Names such as aspartame, which falls into the category of the NutraSweet equal, words such as saccharin, and you've heard of the sweet and low, the sugar twins, and of course sucralose, which is under the name of Splenda, may even be harder on our metabolic system than plain old sugar. These supposedly diet-friendly sweeteners may actually be doing more damage than good. Studies suggest that artificial sweeteners trick the brain into forgetting that sweetness means extra calories, making people more likely to keep eating, sweet treats without regard. Number 6 is sodium benzoate and potassium benzoate. These preservatives are sometimes added to soda to prevent mold from growing, but benzene is a known carcinogen that is also linked with serious thyroid damage. Dangerous levels of benzene can build up when plastic bottles of soda are exposed to heat or when the preservatives are combined with ascorbic acid, which is also vitamin C. Seventh on the list is something which is very hard even for me to pronounce, butylated hydroxanosole, also known as BHA. Well, that was a tough one to pronounce for me at least. BHA is another potentially cancer-causing preservative, but it has been deemed safe by the FDA. Its job is to help prevent spoilage and food poisoning, but it's a major endocrine disruptor and can seriously mess with hormones. BHA is present in hundreds of foods. It's also found in food packaging and cosmetic. BHA has many aliases, and if you're not certain, you can look them up and see for yourself. 8th on the list is sodium nitrates and sodium nitrites. Well, although they sound the same, these two different preservatives are found in processed meats like bacon, lunch meat, and hot dogs. They are some of the worst offenders, and they are believed to cause colon cancer and metabolic syndrome, which can lead to diabetes. Protect your health by always choosing fresh, organic meat. Number 9 on the list are the colorings. So, the typical ones is blue, green, red, and yellow. Sounds pretty much like any flags, right? Well, the artificial colors blue 1 and 2, green 3, red 3, and yellow 6 have been linked to thyroid, adrenal, bladder, kidneys, and brain cancers. Always seek out foods with the fewest artificial chemicals, especially when shopping for your kids. Look for color-free medication and natural food products that don't contain artificial colors like these. Number 10 on the list is MSG, the typical and the great monosodium glutamate, which is a processed flavor enhancer. While glutamates are present in some natural foods, such as meat and cheese, the ones exploited by the processed food industry are separated from their host proteins through hydrolysis. The jury is still out on how harmful MSG may be, but high levels of free glutamates have been shown to seriously screw the brain and its chemistry. So, just play it safe and flavor your food as naturally as you possibly can. And that is all for this episode of Flavors and Knowledge. Please subscribe on your favorite podcast platform and follow our YouTube channel under Chef Walter Cooking School for recipe, tips, and usable culinary information. Keep your eyes on the fire, and thanks for listening. Ciao.